From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a severe weather alert.
Hey, good morning, folks. It's 6:38 here at the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, and sure enough, we got another severe thunderstorm warning. I want to hop on real quick, just keep you an update on, and it's kind of in the same spot we saw a couple of those earlier, right here, heading into Hardin County, portions of McNairy County there right now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. It's zooming in here feature, but zooming back out. There we go. Perfect right here. Just now about to cross into Hardin County. You know, it's a very small cell, right? We have a very small corridor here of, well, hail. That is the main concern with this. And this corridor has been pretty active as far as hailstorms have been concerned over the last couple of hours. Same area that we've seen over with that last storm that's now dissipated here. Looks like as we head over the next few minutes, we'll be starting to head up towards Pebble Hill. 645, Shiloh at 650, Hurley 651, same with Stantonville. Pyburn at 656, New Hope at 658, Crump 701 rather, Walkertown at 702, Maddox at 702 as well, Bethlehem at 703, Savannah itself, you'll probably be about 704, 705 once we start heading up here, and Belmead at 705 as well. Moving northeast at 40 miles an hour, so it's moving about average for what we've seen so far. Not a lot of rotation with this, so we're not seeing that right now. That's not what we're really concerned about with the environment at the moment. But still, yeah, same situation as we've been seeing over the last couple of hours. Hail is probably the story with this thing here. Really not a lot of shear, so we're not seeing any intense supercellular indications with this thing in any other way except that hail. Let me check here to see if we have any reports. Matter of fact, unrelated to this, looks like that initial tornado watch has been canceled for our Huntsville area counties, right? So northwestern Alabama is covered by the Huntsville Weather Service, and those areas no longer in a watch. So just want to mention that for those of us watching down there. But
there's your storm relative velocity.
Oh,
apparently,
perfect.
I'm not functioning at driving radar this morning
No, you're doing
because
good.
we're all running on.
We are running on fumes here, aren't we?
Caffeine now.
Well, 6:39, so usually people waking up, we're probably 12 hours in right now, right? But yeah, no rotation here, right? If you look for the greens and reds next to each other, just not seeing that much there. So
Yet.
I wouldn't worry. Yeah, well, yet, right? This first or kind of second round in sort of a way, depending on how you define it, is not the main tornadic line or main tornadic risk, if you will. So we'll keep an eye on it nevertheless. By the way, off to the west, well, you got a few severe storms there. Those are pushing east, really more northeast than anything else. We'll keep an eye on those to see if those do anything. But yeah, this is all we got right now. All those warnings here. In fact, I'm going to step off here just so you can see North Alabama. No warnings going on up here. East of Wayne County, south into northwestern Alabama. That stuff's pretty much gone. Still some rumbles of thunder in Giles County, up here in northern Lawrenceburg as well. Northern Lawrence County up towards Summertown and towards the county line. Still some rumbles of thunder there as well, some heavy downpours, and still training in Giles County. So we might be seeing those rain totals pick up a little bit here, probably a few inches already.
Hey,
so, yeah.
They just dropped a tour for
Oh yeah,
Holly
back behind
Springs.
it. Yeah, look at that. So clearly the environment out to the west is a little bit conducive for that, so we'll have to watch that very carefully. Ben, could you get me zoomed in on that? On two, there we go, perfect. And you can kind of see a little bit of an inflow feature here, so we might be looking, I'd say around there. Oh, well, actually, you know what? I'll tell you what, I see it right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, all right, we're starting to see some tornadic development there. It's no surprise because there's a tornado watch out there, right? We were on just a little bit ago for that tornado watch going out in Tishomingo and Hardin now, and this is the western portion of that, so.
You know, I think there's two.
Yeah, they're kind
Both
of
of
too,
them.
isn't it? Yeah, these cells are kind of connected together. You
Yeah.
got that one right here just north of Highway 4, and this one down here just south of Highway 4. So it's kind of interesting how these cells have been developing. This is off to our west by a good 3 or 4 counties. Let's get a little bit of a, so here's Corinth, headed out 72 there. So yeah, we're about 3 or 4 counties out from this. This will be pushing north and east over the next hour or maybe hour and a half. Let's call it 60 to 90 minutes. Whether or not it stays together will, remain to be seen. So we'll keep a very, very close eye on it. But yeah, we want to kind of raise that little flag there just south of Memphis right now, off to our southwest, really more west than anything else here in the Tennessee Valley. So I'm going to check for reports here. It's always good practice to just kind of see ground truth, right?
See what's going on.
Yeah.
National Weather Service, we have a direct feed to the NWS to
Indeed we do.
keep accurate with everything. And I'm looking through.
Very fortunately, we are not hearing much right now about that. So, yeah, besides this thing just off behind me here in Hardin County, we're really not seeing too much right now. But now we're starting to see some stuff off to our west that we probably want to keep an eye on, right? And we've seen a couple of those pop up over the last hour or two, right? Off to our south, we saw a tornado warning there, but that's since fizzled. So this could easily do the same thing. But with that tornado watch in place in Tishomingo County and Hardin County, well, it's definitely worth keeping a very close eye on. So with that being said, I think up here, I think we're mostly fine. Matter of fact, Ben, could we go to the DMA view, kind of see what we're seeing in northwestern Alabama? Because I think most of the precipitation's, yeah, there we go. Most of it's crossed the state line into southern middle Tennessee. So we're starting to see that clearing out of the warm sector in northwestern Alabama. And from here, I don't think we're going to see too much in the way of rainfall until the next round of supercells, which are probably going to be the big ones, come in over the next 6 to 8 hours. So we're
not done.
Yeah, we're not done by any stretch of the imagination. Like I was saying just a minute ago, this is really essentially only round one, right? And this is not the most impactful. And it still could be impactful, right? I mean, if this tornado warning lingers, lifts to the northeast, and hey, it could still produce a fairly significant tornado if the environment's right. So we need to watch that in its own right. But nevertheless, right now we're kind of in that lull. I know Ben was talking about that earlier in our last update, that we're kind of in between rounds, save for a severe warning or two. But we're keeping a very close eye on things here behind the scenes. And one more check. I'm seeing a few notifications over here. Let's see. See a report of dime-sized hail in Hardin County, south of Savannah. So there definitely is, or well, southwest of Savannah, near the state line of Mississippi. So it's just now crossing there, huh? So right around here, this must have been this little one here. It's a very efficient hail makers out there, that is for sure. But otherwise, not too much coming across the board there. You got anything over there?
Yeah, give
here we go.
the Savannah cam a second. There you go.
Oh, we're starting to see some sunlight out there now, yeah. It's about that time of day. 6:44 sunrise today. It's at 6:59. I've been waiting for it excitedly because I've been in the dark for 12 hours, so I have memorized that time. Still seeing some lightning, though. We definitely are dark enough to keep that lightning visible. And which way are we facing here? We're going out?
You're west.
We're
You're
looking
west.
west on the highway,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So,
And I'll tell you, for 7 o'clock on a stormy Saturday, there's a lot of traffic out.
yeah, it is. I'm looking
So,
at that. Both directions, too.
yeah.
Really coming this way as well. Yeah, that's definitely something there.
So be careful
That much, yeah.
out and about. But
For sure.
there are 42,000 people who are under the gun from that severe thunderstorm warning.
42,000 people, yeah, sounds about right with how it kind of covers most of Hardin County at this point. It's a pretty small storm as far as the last few storms have been concerned. I'm looking off screen here at another one of the radar sources, and it's definitely not exactly one of those monster supercells, but that doesn't mean it's not dangerous. I mean, they're still producing a lot of lightning. That's dangerous in its own right. We're starting to have some folks wake up, head out to the car, go to work. So now's the time you probably want to go ahead and be a little careful with that kind of thing, right? Taking a look at this big picture, thanks for zooming out there. I was actually just about to ask that. I'll tell you what, you can really see just how clear this warm sector is, which is where there's nothing, right? And usually you'd think, oh, nothing, that's a good thing. Not so much on days like this. If you wanted to get rid of that tornado threat later, you would want to see all this junk way down south, but we're just not seeing that. So I think that's a pretty concerning indication, especially for our friends down south here, from pretty much Meridian all the way up here to the Tennessee Valley, of potentially very dangerous day over the next, like I said earlier, 6 to 8 hours or so, maybe lasting, honestly, for the next 12 to 16, right, heading through past sunset. I honestly wouldn't be shocked at all if we start seeing this stuff move out once we get to 8, 9, 10 o'clock tonight. So we have a long window here of severe weather, and you know, you'll be wishing by the time the day is done that we're handling these severe thunderstorm warnings, right? I mean, this is child's play in comparison, I think is the best way to put it, right? But we'll keep a close eye on this. I think besides that, not much more to talk about, especially as this stuff moves out of here. You do see, by the way, a few flash flood warnings popping up south of us. I think we'll probably see some more of those when all is said and done. But in the meantime, yep, we're clearing out. We're getting in between rounds, although we'll keep a very close eye on that thing there in North Mississippi here. We're starting to see a little less lightning, too. You notice that there? We're not seeing quite as much in the way of lightning totals. In fact, you could go back. Yeah, you kind of see what I'm talking about there. I don't know if lightning's toggled on here.
I turned it off. There you go.
But if you do toggle it on, you notice it's kind of moving out of here. Even this cell here that's severe warned, you know, it's really not quite as much. You'd probably get a few dozen strikes in there, if that. Yeah, about 20, 30 or so.
And, I mean, if that holds together over the next few minutes, that will affect folks just south of Saltillo. Mainly that's heading toward Clifton and Flatwoods.
Yeah, kind of northeast here, yeah.
I'm not right now looking at it and structure.
It's kind
I'm not overly impressed
Yeah,
with.
it's kind of decreasing a little
Yeah.
bit. Really not the most impressive storm. In fact, loop it again one more time, kind of play it back a little, and you can see how earlier, all right, pretty impressive storm. I see why they severe warned it. But now, yeah, not so much. So probably stay inside if you have a few minutes to spare between getting into work, going to the car. Maybe for it to pass over a little bit. You probably don't want to be driving through that thing. But otherwise, it's really not the most impressive storm I've ever seen. And especially east here, out towards Lawrence County, Giles County, Lewis County, Marshall County, and Murray County, those storms are also just not that impressive. So I really wouldn't worry too much about those. Standard affair, lightning, that sort of thing. Their winds 20, 30 miles an hour, if that. And then dry in northwestern Alabama. So with that, unless you got anything else, I think we'll head back here shortly. Just wanted to give you a little bit of an update there. Remember, we have a tornado watch in effect in Iuka, well, rather, I should say Tishomingo County, up to Hardin County. That goes until 1. That's not our main one, and we'll probably see that expanded through the day. So, of course, when those are issued, we'll keep you updated here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Team. We'll all be here, all of us, Taylor, Kelly, me, Ben, Fred. We're going to keep you updated, so don't you worry about a thing, because if we see it, you guys are going to see it. So that being said, we're at a good standing off point. We'll catch you soon. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.